Sunderland, congratulations, you've won promotion to the Premier League. The bad news, that means you're in the Premier League next season. Because it feels a bit like the elephant in the room here, Justin.
Yeah, it does.
Automatic league promoted teams, or promoted teams in recent years I should say, to the Premier League from the Championship have tended to struggle. But how are we feeling now that we know Sunderland are going to be back in the Premier League?
I am excited because if you look at the club itself, they're almost similar to Leeds in the size and the attraction that they bring. When you combine that with the model that they utilise, you've got to be a little bit more optimistic than you do with the likes of, if you go back to previous years, your Aston Villas, your Nottingham Forest, who have thrown money at it. Sunderland will invest, but they'll invest smartly. So even if they do invest, they'll do it differently. If you look at Ipswich and Luton over the past couple of years, the way they've invested, they've bought really good Championship players. Never really been convinced by it. Sunderland they'll go out into the European market, they'll sign younger players to develop, and they'll continue going through that process. Nothing will change. They'll continue going through that process. It's a similar process to what Brentford and Brighton have been going through for the past 10 years.
Yeah.
And that's something that provides me with a lot of optimism. Whether they stay up or not is another question, but they give themselves a very, very good chance of doing so.
I completely agree with that. The Sunderland, you look at what they've done this season, their approach to recruitment, their approach to the academy as well, that is the way to go about it, and they have shown that it can work. Whether it gets them to stay up next season, unfortunately, it's looking very unlikely.
The odds are against you.
The odds are definitely against you, because that's just unfortunately the state of modern football. I don't think any Sunderland fans are going to be outraged by that. I think they understand what they've got coming up for them, but they can enjoy the ride. I think you're absolutely right. They'll take this opportunity to, go adventurous in the transfer market, bring in some very exciting talent, and who knows, as I was alluding to in the previous show on Friday, I personally would give them a better chance than Sheffield United. I think they've got a better chance than Burnley. Now, that's partly down to my scepticism over Burnley, but I think the way they will go about signing players this summer is going to be really exciting, because if they're attracting the likes of Enzo Lefebvre in the Championship, what they're going to do heading into the Premier League as a Premier League club is going to be really, really exciting to see, and building on the talent they've already got, because a lot of this talent here is going to be a year better, a year more experienced. That's going to stand them in good stead to give a good crack at least of staying up and make themselves competitive next season, I think.